And let's begin in chapter 3, verse 28, to see the law of the Spirit of life there. Well, it says there in verse 28, it says, "Therefore we conclude that a man is justified by faith apart from the works of the law." Now, verse 27, where is boasting then? It is excluded by what law? By the law of works? No, but by the law of what? Faith. Notice that those are two laws. The law of works. Before the cross, you did works, and it was a law that helped you. Before the cross. But then, when the covenant changed, the law of works doesn't help. Rather, it places you in apostasy. So then, when the covenant changes, now it's another law, the law of faith. And faith is the assurance of things hoped for. Notice what chapter 4, verse 6 says. Just as David also describes the blessedness of the man to whom God imputeth righteousness apart from what? Works. Righteousness apart from? Let's see where this takes us. Because you know that we've been reviewing the false science versus the true science that we have been speaking on since last week. That the law, why was the law a false science? Because it justified no one. No one could fulfill it, though it was a science, the science of works. But what happened? That no one was able to fulfill the law to be justified through works. So it converted into something false because the law did what? Did not perfect anything. So then you by works are not going to accomplish anything. That is why it is a false science. Now faith, does it accomplish things? Yes, so it is a true science, the science of the law of faith. So it says that God imputeth righteousness without works. It isn't what you feel, because you're not going to feel anything. Right now you don't feel any righteousness. It's that you have to understand God's purpose, that God says, I have imparted righteousness. You are a righteous man and you are a righteous woman. If God calls you righteous, then he cannot call you a sinner, because he imputeth without works righteousness. He says, you are the righteousness of God for believing. That's huge. So then, verse 7 says, saying, blessed are they whose iniquities are forgiven and whose sins are covered. Blessed is the man to whom the Lord will not impute sin. It is to say that it is a blessing that we have, that God does not see us in sin.